Hello and welcome to another Vinny Talk Things. I'm your host Vincent LaRose, and today it is September 18th. I'm recording this video at 12:30 in the morning right now. It is the day after the Yankees beat the Twins in Game 3 to win the series in Minnesota. So there's a lot to talk about this series. As the Yankees are preparing for the playoffs, there's now 10 games left in the season. More than likely, we're not going to win the wild card. I think we're 4 games out now, but technically we have to be a game up on the Blue Jays to actually win the division because they have the tiebreaker. And today, the Astros were actually able to overtop the Red Sox for the number 2 wild card spot. So if the season ended today, the Yankees would be playing the Astros in the wild card series in Yankee Stadium as of right now. But there's still 10 games left, so a lot of stuff can change. First off, we'll recap the series a little bit. As we all know, the bullpen was awful this series. Game 1 and Game 2, just a lot of runs given up. Game 1, man, winning 10-1 and only ending that game winning 10-9 is wild. Game 2, that was Game 2. Game 1, we lose 7-1. I think Weaver gave up 5 runs. It was just not the bullpen was just bad this series. And the bullpen has been bad. The bullpen in the last 70 games has the worst ERA in all of baseball, so that really doesn't help. Game 1 was a 7-0 loss. We didn't score a run, that's right. And then our bullpen's WAR this year is 27th in baseball with a .10 WAR. That is nearly, the bullpen hasn't essentially won us a game, statistically speaking, with war-wise. So it is obviously going to be a problem going into the postseason. Another pitching aspect, postseason-wise, is there's been a debate back and forth whether Cam Schlittler or Luis Hill should get a Game 3 start if we were to do that in the Wild Card Series or Game 3 in a division series, because you probably only roll out with 4 pitches. So it's a debate to be had. Truthfully, Hill actually has pitched in the postseason, so I think Hill should 100% be the guy. He's pitched better as of late. I know today he struggled, but Schlittler also struggled in Game 2 yesterday. So what are you gonna do? Really, what are you gonna do? I think both of these guys, if we make it far in the postseason, you're gonna see them start. You're gonna see both of them start. In my opinion, Schlittler's stuff probably plays better out of the bullpen, so I'd rather see him in the bullpen for the wild card series or the division, the division series over Hill. I'd rather see Hill actually start games. So that's a conversation to be had. Hill, like I said, Hill has been better as of late, so I think Hill is more than likely going to get that spot. I think each of them have probably 2 more starts in the season, so 2 more times we get to see them pitching before the Yankees decide. Also depends on rotation of the pitching staff at that point, depending on who pitches the last day of the season. I don't know if there's an off day or if they just go straight into the wild card series. It changes every year, so I really do not know. I think matchups are a big thing as well. Who might match up better against the Astros if we're playing the Astros? Who might match up better against the Red Sox if we're playing the Red Sox? There's a possibility of Mariners are going to win the division, but as of right now, it's really looking like Astros or Red Sox we're going to play in that wild card series as long as we continue to win games. But like I said, we have 10 games left. Not a single team we play. We play 3 more teams. It's just the Orioles. Then we play the Orioles in Baltimore in a 4-game set. Then we go back home, play Chicago for a 3-game set, and then end the season with the Orioles again for a 3-game set. So the Orioles aren't a pushover. They've actually been playing well as of late. So in those last 7 games, really important to win it. Probably at least 5, and then the White Sox we need to sweep. If we want any leverage going into the postseason, we just need to play these last 10 games well. Win the games we're supposed to win. Get some guys some work. Figure the bullpen out a little bit more. Figure what is the best position to put some of these guys in. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what anybody wants to say, a lot of these guys were closers, and a lot of these guys were used to pitching in the ninth inning. And I am on the train of, well, if you can pitch in the ninth inning, you should be able to pitch in any inning. I 100%. I understand that argument, but at the same time, there's a comfortability factor. And if some weird reason Devin Williams is gonna pitch lights out in the seventh inning every time, throw him in the seventh inning. If Camilo Duvall is gonna pitch lights out in the fourth inning it doesn't matter to me. Just put the guys in the best spot to succeed. And that's a management part. That's a management decision, and I think that's a management issue, as we have seen throughout the season. With that being said, bullpen and pitching, starting pitching, we know what we have. It's not going to change. Nothing about this is going to change unless a guy gets hurt. Maybe a different guy gets a higher leverage. Doesn't matter at the end of the day. But sorry, it's very late. But we know the offense is going to hold up. I know they didn't score any runs in the first game of the series, but this offense can easily score a bunch of runs. Regardless of what people want to say, home runs don't win games. Statistically, just not true. The team that hits more home runs than the other team wins like 75% of the time. And like the Yankees, every game they've hit a home run. This season, if they've hit 2 or more home runs, they've won 70% of the time. Statistically, you win more games when you hit home runs. I know teams like the Blue Jays don't need to hit a bunch of home runs to win, and that's also an advantage to them as well. But remember, they also likely lost Bobby Bichette for the rest of the season with a patella injury, I think it's what it's called. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm probably very wrong. But they've probably likely lost Bobby Bichette for the rest of the season. The Tigers just barely missed out on losing Tarek Skubal. He was expected to start tonight. I believe he did start tonight. Let me see what they ended up having him do. Let's see. Where's that game? Why is that game not showing up here? Tigers, right? Why am I on the 15th? Oh, that's why, because I'm on the 15th. Tigers. Did Skubal start? Let's see. Well, they lost if Skubal did start. No, Flaherty started. What's going on? I thought they said Skubal was starting today. Anyways, but the Tigers just missed out on losing Skubal. He seems to be at least all right and good enough to keep going. So we shall see where the postseason lands us. There's still a lot to go, man. There's still a lot of stuff that can happen. Or Skubal's supposed to pitch tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. Skubal's supposed to pitch tomorrow. He's scheduled to pitch tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. But, the Yankees offense, like I said before, the Yankees offense is going to click. It's going to be okay. I don't think we're going to have too much of... I don't think we're going to go full season or a full series, whether that to be the Wild Card, Division Series, Championship Series, World Series, without scoring runs. Sorry again. We may get shut out a game here or there. That's just how this offense has been. It's super streaky, but it usually gets in the hot streaks. Judge is just firing on all cylinders. We'll talk about the MVP version. MVP talks later in this video, but Judge is firing on all cylinders. Everybody seems to be going. The offense seems to be moving well, and truthfully, it's going into that last week of baseball. That last week, it's always just been who's the hottest team this week going into the postseason. The Yankees, I believe, over the last month and a half, either have the best record or one of the best records in baseball. They've played super well. They continue to play well. Like I said, we just went through that 12-game gauntlet against teams all going to make the postseason. We played well against them. This is a team on paper that should win and should make a deep run. Now, again, the worry is the bullpen. Can the bullpen hold up for an entire postseason? There's just a lot of questions to be asked. Different questions are like, all right, in a game 1 situation, game 2, game 3, an elimination game, are you having Rice behind the plate? Are you comfortable with Rice behind the plate? Are you going to have Wells behind the plate? Are you going to lose the Goldie bat over Wells? Are you going to lose Rice's bat because of this? There's a lot of questions to be asked. And, now I kind of understand the the amount of fans that are upset with Aaron Boone. It just does seem like sometimes he does not make the right decision. Also, we get into it with decision-making stuff, too, is like with Anthony Volpe is a good example of it. He was hurt. He was hurt for a long time. Why was he playing? We traded for Caballero. In the first couple of weeks we had him, we didn't really play him. if Volpe was hurt, playing as bad as he did, why didn't we just give Caballero some time, give Volpe some days off? Now Volpe gets a day off, he gets an injection shot, and he comes out and he goes 3 for 4 with a walk. Like, I don't understand. He was off today. They gave him a day off. It's usually they do coming off an injury. They'll give you a game and then a day off and see how you recover. So I understand. More news like injury-wise. Judge played right field for the first time back-to-back games since the injury. So it seems like he's becoming more comfortable in the outfield. Still really not doing full-blown effort throws. But I think in the postseason, like more games than not, he's going to have to be in right field. Sorry. He's going to have to be in right field. You want Stanton's bat in the lineup, especially in the postseason. Postseason Stanton is a completely different animal that you need to have in the lineup. So coming down to this last week and a half, it's really just going to... A lot of questions need to be answered. I know they said the Volpe and Caballero are kind of like in a position battle right now to see who's going to play in the postseason. And Caballero has consistently played better than Anthony Volpe. He's going to steal bases better than Volpe. He's going to play about the same defense. He's not going to, Volpe's not going to be that much better. Volpe has a little bit more range, so he's going to get to a little bit more balls. But half the time he can't throw the ball to first base anyway, so it doesn't even really matter. So that's where we're at this point. So Houston and Boston, I'm really both scared of in the postseason. It looks like we're going to play either one. And we have really bad track records against them. In the 20th century, we've just been terrible against both of those teams in the playoffs. Starting 16, all the way back to 16 with Houston, we haven't won a playoff game, whether that be a wild card or a series. We have not beat them in a wild card series or game, or won't beat them in a series since 2016. It might even go even further than that, but I believe it's 16 was the start with the wild card against the Yankees. And then Boston, it goes all the way back to 2003 when Aaron Boone hit the walk-off home run. We have not beat Boston in a postseason series since then. They have embarrassed us every single time. Again, whether that be a wild card game or a series. So Yankees are in a tough spot. Obviously, these are completely different teams, so that really at the end of the day doesn't matter. All that matters is that they go out there and the teams that they're playing with right now do the job that needs to get done. So a little other cool news. Trent Grisham just keeps annihilating the baseball. He hits his 32nd home run of the day, or of his season, as he has a 2-homer day today. Cody Bellinger hits another home run as he's one shy for 30 home runs, so the Yankees could have their first ever 30-30-30 outfield, which would be really, really cool. It might not be 30, it might be first, it might be second ever 30-30-30, but still, it's pretty impressive. And obviously, Judge, I believe it was Mantle, DiMaggio, and I don't remember the last guy. He was a left fielder. But they all hit 30 plus. I think DiMaggio had 33, Mantle had 31. Like, Judge is gonna probably hit 50, so that's pretty impressive. Quite possible. Like, no, Stanton's not gonna hit 10 home runs in 10 games. That's not gonna happen. But it would be cool if we had 4 guys. But it's not gonna happen. But Josh Chisholm is right on the cusp. He's at 29 home runs as well. If he hits a home run, will be the 4th Yankee ever to have a 30-30 season, 30 stolen bases, 30 home runs, so he's 1 home run off. A little worrisome because it really just looks like he's going for it. He really wants that 30-30 season, which I love Jazz and I love his competitiveness, but sometimes in certain, like today, when we're up by 5 runs in the top of the 9th, I get it, go for it, man. Why not? There's nobody on base. There was 2 outs. Just go for it. Or there's 1 out maybe, but go for it. But I'm worried about, like, at the game down the stretch, if there's a possibility of, like, if we win today, we're 2 games up on Houston for that first wild card spot, and it guarantees us the first wild card spot. We need him in a moment, and I just want him to get that home run out the way, truthfully. So, like, other stuff, like, I saw a crazy stat today. Ben Rice's expected batting average is like 50 points higher. I think he's hitting 240 right now, so he expected to be hitting 300 with what he's done. Ben Rice has been awesome this season. As we continue to watch games, like, you got to give a shout out to Ryan McMahon. His insane defense at third base has been awesome. And I have to give respect to Jason Dominguez as well. He's really not getting a lot of starts, but he's playing well when he is playing, which is really, really good to see. Rodon and Fried continue to pitch well. I know Rodon struggled a little bit Monday. against the Twins, but nothing enough to give me any sort of scare. So the Yankees all around, just outside of the bullpen, I have a lot of trust. It's just the bullpen is really, really killing me. I mean, dude, there's no way we should have a bullpen with Bednar, Duvall, Williams, Weaver, Tim Hill you can put in there, Fernando Cruz, just guys like that. Yarborough's a really good long man, and it'd be one of the worst bullpens in baseball. It's just insane to me that that's just how it's been. I know a lot of those guys we acquired in the trade deadline, but like we acquired Jake Bird. I think he was sent down after the Marlins series. Hasn't been back since. So I wonder if that'll be a playoff roster addition. I don't know what the Yankees are thinking right now. The bullpen is an absolute mess. So we'll see. But outside of that, there's really nothing else. I'm super tired. It's super late. And the Yankees are moving on to Baltimore for a 4-game set. Baltimore is not a pushover. So, in Baltimore, I would expect 2 out of 2. Maybe, hopefully 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 would be more. I'd be more than content. A sweep would be amazing. I don't see them sweeping them. Baltimore has also played well against the Yankees. Even when Baltimore was playing garbage, they played well against the Yankees this year. So, don't expect to go in there and just kick the shit out of them. It's just not going to happen. But outside of that, that is where I'm going to end the video today. So I appreciate everybody who is watching on the YouTube side or listening on the podcast side. You are all amazing and awesome people. If you are interested in daily updates, shorts, whatever, blah blah blah, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, I also do YouTube shorts as well. So any of that, if you're interested, go follow me there. It's Vinny Talks Yanks on literally everything. Instagram is vinny.talksyanks. Besides that, I hope everybody has a wonderful day, morning, night, whatever it is for you. And of course, as always, go Yankees.